Today I am in St Kitts and Nevis in Basseterre in the St Kitts part, and this green monument behind me I believe is called the Circus, and it's appropriately called that because the traffic here is crazy and there's lots of people coming up to you trying to sell tours, taxi to the local beaches. There's random people just shouting. I don't know, maybe they're drunk. But today I'm just walking around the local area to see what I can find. I did pick up a map when I arrived at Port Zante. I think it's called Port Zante in Basseterre and St Kitts. The map isn't exactly the Ordnance Survey. It's really, I mean, I can't read it. And I can read maps to an extent, but I think this building behind me is now the government building, based on my map. It looks like it used to be an old insurance building. I've just been looking around and I can pretty much, according to the map, this is the government building. I was looking for the name of the street, which is quite hard to find. There's sort of on a greyed out sign, just there, it says Church Street. Just above that faded one-way sign. And again, according to my map, up the top of this road should be the Wesley Methodist Church. This place is quite more touristic than the two previous islands I visited, Bridgetown and, well, Pointe-à-Pitre definitely, but Guadeloupe in general. So as soon as you come out, or if you're arriving at the harbour or the cruise terminals, there will be at least 5 people who offer you a tour, and there'll be at least 20 people there offering tours to people. And the traffic here just seems to nearly always be at a standstill. So I'm now here at the St George's Anglican Church, and it's quite a nice area in here actually. And you can see just over in the distance there the cricket field, which I'm likely going to be heading to after I have a look around this church. This site was first the home of the Catholic Church, Notre Dame, and it's also the burial ground of Philippe de Lanvilliers de Prancy, the French governor on the island from 1639 to 1660. The British destroyed the Catholic Church and built an Anglican church named after the St George's parish. I'm going to have a look what it looks like inside. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't say where he was buried. There's a few gravestones around the sides of the building. You'd presume maybe he's actually buried in the main areas of the church itself. There's lots of construction works going on inside, and out, well, not construction, maintenance outside, but it's a very well kept church actually. It's quite a big tombstone. This area behind me, perhaps that is the one. Again, it doesn't have any plaque on it or anything. And wherever you walk in St Kitts, they've got some kind of music playing. There doesn't seem to be any pavements. Well, although there is one on the other side, but no one seems to be using it. I did start walking to the cricket pitch, and then I realised that earlier on I mentioned there was the Wesley Methodist church, and that wasn't the actual church that I went to. So I've walked up this road to see if I can find it. I think it's around the back somewhere. They've got this pipeline running through the road all the way down to the front. Well, there's a hen on the loose, but I don't know whether this is the Wesley Methodist Church. There's no sign. I think I'm just going to have to presume it is. So it's quite hidden on one of the back roads. Oh, there's 3 toilets here. Maybe I'll just use them. Or maybe not. They were locked. It looks like the doors to potentially a church, the size of the doors. I'll look around the other side if I can get out, if I'm allowed out via this gate. Oh, someone's calling him. Or her. This is the quietest street I've been down. Giving me a bit of a break from the hustle and bustle. So I've walked around the front side of it, took about 20 seconds, and I can see it is the Wesley Methodist Church after reading this sign behind me. It is closed, but the Anglican church is right sort of in front of it or behind it, depending on which way you're looking from. And that church is a lot more easy on the eye. Behind these walls in front of me should be Carnival Village, tennis court, Netball City, a football stadium, and the International Cricket Stadium. I'm going to walk around the long way. I'm going to walk around the whole thing to see if I can see inside from any point. And today's the first time I've worn Crocs. So far, I would say it's a pretty crockable walk around. Obviously, I'm not going up any mountains today, but there's nice scenery around here when you're walking around. So I was just walking around the first side of this area, and the gates seem open. 2 sets of gates seem open. So hopefully I'll get a good view of the pitch, as you can see behind me. And you can see the cricket pitch on the far end as well. I'm going to see what the view looks like from behind the goal. It's actually a very nice football pitch. While I'm here, I'm going to see if I can find the tennis courts, Netball City and Carnival Village. It should just be around the back of the football pitch. Nobody's told me to leave yet, so I'm going to carry on walking through any open gates. And it looks like they're open to the cricket pitch as well, which is brilliant. Just watering down the square, the wicket. And it's a very nice place to play cricket. And you can actually see the mountains from here as well. Sunny day in St Kitts. This is Warner Park, home of the St Kitts and Nevis Patriots. And behind me here, this green pavilion is the Calvin Wilkin Players Pavilion. And again, the gate is open. So here we have the Pam Tyson Netball Stadium, and that one is closed in terms of actually getting in the stadium. See if I can get a view of the pitch. Yes, a little view. The capacity in there must be no more than 100. And here just to the left are the tennis courts. It's a very beautiful place to play tennis. Maybe slightly hot. And now the only thing left should be Carnival Village. And I'm now walking into Carnival Village. There isn't much going on. Maybe they're setting up for later tonight. And as I come out the back of Carnival Village, there's some storage containers doubling up as bars. And a road around the back, which is quite a nice quiet area by the looks of things, with a green area. There's absolutely nobody here. So I've come around the other side of the cricket pitch, and you've got the Carib Brewery, Len Harris Cricket Academy, established in 1997. Again, the gates are open on this side, so I can have a look at the training pitches. And it's completely free to come in here. It's brilliant. I think these wickets need a bit of work. There's some more nets on this side as well, and you can see the backside of the Calvin Wilkin Players Pavilion and the Paul Southwell Media Centre. Now again, this Players Pavilion, even from the back entrance, looks open. I mean, everything's open here. Look, you can walk down to the cricket pitch. The only thing that isn't open is the netball stadium. I'm sure lots of people will want to flock there. Maybe that's why they've locked it. They've got the match officials here. In here is the players' dining room. They'll come for their teas. Can't really see in there. Now all of these doors actually look closed. So I'm going to walk down those little set of stairs to the cricket pitch. Or at least try to. I'm now on the hallowed turf. And I'm just going to take a seat in the shadows in the stands and just admire the view, really, because I could just come here to watch the view and not play cricket, not watch cricket, or vice versa. Now leaving Warner Park, and it was very nice. I spent about half an hour just sitting there having fun. Having fun, really. Got on the cricket pitch for free. Everything is free here. Everything is open. There is a. Oh, that's what that bang was. It was that door slamming against there. There's a restroom here. I'm not sure it's in working order.
No.
At least there's no water in it anyway. Yeah, so I'm leaving. I say I'm leaving. Seems. So I was planning to leave to go to the police headquarters, the Victoria Monument, and the Cathedral. But it seems as though on this side, all the gates are locked. That one's chained up, padlocked. This one's chained up, padlocked. It makes you wonder if people arrive at the cricket pitch on this side, or at least in this corner, they may think the whole place is locked up and they aren't able to get in. They just have to walk around and the whole place is open. I'm going to look for an exit. But if you're into cricket, I would definitely recommend coming here. Everything is free, at least today for me, and the scenery is quite amazing, really, and this sign, which I've just seen, sums it up quite well. I'm just going to take one more look up the cricket pitch from this angle, past the Paradise sign. So I'm now walking on the road that I basically just walked the length down the opposite way, and I'm going to look for the police headquarters. So it turns out it was actually just the building that you might have seen and shot in the previous shot. It's this nice sort of blue and white old stone building behind me. I've now walked to Baker's Corner to the Victoria Monument, which essentially is just like an old fountain that isn't working in the middle of a roundabout. Supposedly just left of that monument slash roundabout there was a cathedral, so I definitely missed it. I've just carried on walking. I think it's east I'm walking, or walking down the same road. The currency they use here in St. Kitts is dollars, American dollars, and they all speak English here. I've walked about 10 minutes down the road, and I think I'm now sort of stood at the outskirts of Basseterre. This road behind me seems to go towards the hilly areas, maybe even a beach down that way. So I'm going to go towards the harbour front and walk back, see if there's anything different on a different road. So the last thing I'll see on this side of town is the police station and the fire station. At least there's some kind of police force there. I'm not sure if it's a station. There's definitely a police force present there, and the fire station is here as well. There's two lizards. Someone's garden. So as you can see now, I'm now at the harbour front, or the seafront. The Atlantic Sea behind, the Atlantic Ocean behind me. I'm just slowly strolling around now, really. It feels very safe walking around here, safer than a lot of places in England, to be honest. Everyone seems really friendly, and yeah, it just seems really relaxed. Hiya. No, sorry. Ciao, buongiorno. This shop behind me is called Big Sale Department Store. And outside the front, it has flags and signs saying that there's a big sale on. So it could be a double sale. Now I'm returning back to Port Zante, and I'm going to walk through and see if anyone any of the ticket touts, anyone wants to sell me another taxi to the beach. It is sort of 1 o'clock in the afternoon now. I presume they wanted to get most of the people in the morning, like these people. But you never know, they may be still looking for a sunset beachgoers. So just up here ahead of me was the sort of square earlier where I was being offered lots of tours. They probably were left now. Hopefully it's less busy. Still a few of them standing around, but no, nothing. Generally, if I'd walked within 10 metres of them before, they would have said something, so they're probably just looking more for families that are exiting the port rather than going back into it. I was going to go in there to use the restroom, but I had to go through security and everything. No, I'm fine, thanks. Thank you. I was going to use the restroom in there, but I've got to go through security. Do you know if there's any other restroom? This one over there. Cheers, thank you. See, I told you they were kind people. I was just walking back to the Anglican church to have lunch because it seemed quite a nice place just to hang around. And I walked into Independence Square, which I didn't see previously. This place was renamed on the 19th September 1983. God, it's bright here. To commemorate the independence of St. Christopher, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Christopher and Nevis. Behind this tree, or in front of the tree, the side where the shadow is, I'm gonna take a perch. Like that hen was kind of moving to the music. So I'm just about to leave St. Kitts and Nevis, and this man in the middle of the shot here was my last interaction on the island. I didn't have my camera recording at the time. In fact, I packed it all away because I was about to get on the cruise ship. Although half of me is kind of glad that I didn't have the camera out. He approached me and tried to sell weed, and I turned that down, and then he asked me if I snorted something. I couldn't really tell what he was saying, but I said no, and then he just proceeded to talk about things for about a good 15 minutes. I did listen to him. He seemed reasonably harmless. He's still approaching people. Basically, avoid the benches in this square area because you'll end up being like a sitting duck. There's a nice St. Kitts sign here as you come out of the port. But that pretty much wraps things up for me in St. Kitts and Nevis, and I have enjoyed it actually. And there's no beaches in the local area when you come off the cruise ship if you're arriving at Port Zante. at least not within walking distance as far as I'm aware of, but I would definitely recommend St Kitts and Nevis.